So now we are discussing about high availability, right? So let me tell you what is high availability before. Okay, fine. What we can do in between, first I will deploy one server and then we'll discuss while deploying this machine, we can discuss about what is high availability. So this is VMware workstation, right? So now I am going to show you how to create one virtual machine in VMware workstation. So already I created one server. So this server we are going to promote as a domain controller, that is our Active Directory. Clear?
Okay.
So next, so, before installing Citrix component, just we are going to practice one client and then domain controller where you can practice. So how to add the machine into domain, how to remove the machine from domain, how to assign the IP from DSCP, how to do the DSCP reservation, how to validate the IP config release and renew, those kind of basic stuffs which you must need to keep in your mind while doing the troubleshooting. It will help you. So that's why I'm not going straight away into Citrix. So I'm just teaching some basic Windows related troubleshooting. So whoever want to learn Citrix, they should have basic troubleshooting idea of Windows platform. Okay, that's why I'm not going to install a Citrix component today. First, I
Okay.
will make everyone clear in the Windows perspective, because Windows you are using all the servers and then desktop, everything is Windows platform, right?
Right.
So for the troubleshooting purpose, you should have basic Windows troubleshooting skill. Okay. So now, first you just create one folder in any drive. So I have almost six drive. So this is normal hard disk drive. This is SSD. Okay. So I am keeping one folder under SSD hard drive. So client OS. I did not created that OS. So I am going to create, but under this folder, just create one folder in any drive of your machine and then go to VMware workstation file, new virtual machine, because it will help you. Suppose if you want to do lab practice in your own device, then you need to follow this method. Go with typical. So and then here you can install the operating system later. Just go to here, you need to select the guest operating system type. So ours is Windows, and then under this one drop down list you need to specify which operating system you are going to install. So if you select a Windows 8, the some recommended hardware configuration, automatically it will pop out. Like for example, Windows 8 means like a 2 GB RAM or 30 GB hard disk, like that. So now we are going to install Windows 10, right? Select the Windows 10 version where it is. So okay, then click next. So it will ask you the location where you want to create a virtual machine. Just browse the location. Just now I created one folder for client OS, right? So I'm
Yes.
keeping this file under this client OS. If you want, you can keep any name. Just I'm keeping Windows 10. Click next. So now it will ask you to specify the hard drive size. So I'm going with the 50. Click next. So, so now you need to customize the hardware. Customize the hardware is nothing but like how many CPU you want and then which kind of network setting you want to have. So click customize hardware. So I'm going to give 128 GB RAM so that it will create very fast. Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm keeping 8 CPU. Sorry, 4. Okay. So now network. Suppose if you want to communicate your virtual machine to your local machine network, then you need to use bridge mode. And then go to CD drive, place the ISO file. So you need to map the ISO file so that it will boot up from the ISO, because it's don't have operating system, right? So you need to load the operating system ISO into this VM so that it will get boot up. I got operating system. So finish. So it's created. Just click power on. Ramalakshmi, note down these steps. I will upload the VMware workstation in Google Drive. You just download it and then install and then try to create one VM in your laptop.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now you need to go with the default language and then time currency India, make it India, English and India. So, brother, you are in Bangalore?
Yeah, yeah.
Which
Bangalore, sir.
location?
JP Nagar.
Okay, so select Windows and Pro. Okay, that's it. So it will start installing that operating system in the Windows and device. Okay, up to this clear, right? How to create? Any doubt on this?
Yes. No, no,
Yes.
no.
No.
So VM creation, you know now. Suppose if you have doubt, I will create this video and then I will share it with you guys. So just follow it, okay? And now, okay, we need to discuss about high availability, right? What is high availability? Okay, okay, let it. So now to create the domain controller, the first thing what you need to do, you need to set the static IP address. You know, right? What is static IP address and then dynamic IP address?
Yes.
What is static IP? What is dynamic IP?
Static IP, it won't change, no.
Correct.
Dynamic, it will be changed.
Yeah, so based
Yeah.
on the lease period, it will keep changing. Okay, so generally in IT real-time scenario in IT infrastructure, what we used to do for any important server, which for which server the IP address should not change. For example, you know, right? If any important infra server, you know, right? I told you, right, already for any firewall related things. So we used to mention source and destination, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
why you need to keep static IP address for infra server, especially for infra server? You need to understand that importance of static IP address. So in real time, for each and every server communication, you need to open firewall port, correct?
Yes.
Suprada?
Yes, yes.
So you need to open firewall for server to server communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, so now you have two server. So for the communication, you need to allow the port number. So while creating the firewall rules, what information you need to provide? So you need to provide source IP and destination IP. Based on that only firewall team will create the firewall rules so that the port number will be allowed, correct?
Right.
Suppose now, for example, you mentioned for source you mentioned 192.168.20. Then for destination server 192.168.21. So now you provided this IP address to the firewall team to create the firewall rule to allow, for example, port number 1494. For example. So you've given to this information to source IP, destination IP, what port number you need to open, like inbound or and outbound. So what is inbound and outbound?
Inbound is incoming
Correct.
and
Outbound
outbound.
is outgoing. So you got
Okay.
the difference, what is inbound, what is outbound. So now you have a dynamic IP configuration in the both the server. But when you are asking firewall team to create the rule to allow 1494 port number, you need to provide source IP and destination IP. So by using this current IP, firewall team created the rules, okay. But after 1 month or 2 months, these machines got different IP because you configured as a dynamic IP address for both the server. So then you just consider it's changed to 25. This also changed to some other IP. Now the firewall rule work. Ramalakshmi Subrada.
Mm, it,
It won't work because already you created a firewall rule to allow 1494 port number for the source IP 20 and destination IP 21. But now source IP 27, destination IP 26, it's got changed. So the firewall rule won't work. So for this kind of purpose, you need to keep static IP address for the some important or where the firewall rule exists for that some server communication. You should keep static IP address. You should not go with a dynamic IP address. You got the importance of static IP address now?
okay.
Ramalakshmi? Ramalakshmi, are you there? Ramalakshmi, I'm unable to hear you. So, Suprata, you got the clear idea, right? Why we need to keep
Static.
static IP address? Yes. Yes.
Okay.
1 minute.